See, ladies and gentlemen, this is my work, and I couldn't have achieved this if it was not because of the real MVPs, teachers. And that's why in my book, I Can't Believe It's Not Stupid, My Journey to Straight A's, I dedicated chapter 12 to the teachers, and I want to read it, all of it, for free, so that every learner out there can appreciate their teachers. Chapter 12, teachers are the real MVPs, most valuable persons. Behind every legend is a teacher who refused to let them stay ordinary. Alright, let's get real for a moment. Everyone loves to talk about self-made success, like people just wake up one day and become great. But here's the truth, they don't tell you. No one, and I mean no one, makes it alone. Behind every student rocking straight A's, there's a teacher somewhere who believed in them before they believed in themselves. Excuse me. If you are sitting there thinking, nah, I got this on my own, I hate it to break it down to you. But you are lying to yourself harder than someone telling a taxi conductor that I paid when. The truth is, teachers are the unseen heroes of our stories. They don't wear capes, but they definitely save lives every single day. Let me take you back to my journey and introduce you to some of my MVPs, most valuable people who changed my life. You know that one teacher who sees potential in you before you see it? For me, it was Mr. Matsemela, my math teacher. Bro, this man wasn't just a teacher, he was a legend in the game. He was like that one uncle who always dropping life advices at family bride. Except, instead of life advices, he was handing out the key to crack maths problems. What made him special? Passion. Pure, undeniable passion. He used to say, maths is not about numbers, it's about passion. I can still hear him now, 10 years later. Every day after school, he'd hold a mini math clinic from the back of his buggy, like a township pop-up store, but for numbers. No fees, no sign-ups, just pull up, bring your questions, and watch him work his magic. With all crowd around like he was handing out free quarter. And let me tell you, what he gave us was even better. He made us feel seen, like we mattered. He didn't teach us the subject. He taught us how to believe in ourselves. And he was a sight to see. He had this one brown jacket that should have been a tourist attraction on its own. This jacket has seen so much chalkboard action. It had white streaks running down the front like it had just come from Gold Reef City long ride. One day someone asked him, "Sir, why don't you just use a duster?" He laughed and said, "A little chalkboard doesn't hurt anyone, but ignorance will finish you." Bars, bro. I've never forgotten that. It's like saying, don't worry about the dirt on your jacket. Worry about the gaps in your knowledge. And there was my grandfather, Mr. Maifad, my teacher in life and Spady home language. You know that one elder in the family who never lets you slide on anything? That was him. I'd come home with 96% on a test, expecting prize glory, but nope. This man would look at me in the eye, point at the paper, and ask, "Where's the other 4%? Bruh, it used to hurt my soul, but looking back, I see what he was doing. He wasn't being harsh. He was building me to be unshakable. He wanted me to aim higher, to never be comfortable with almost perfect. He had this phrase that stuck with me. If you can read your language, you can read the whole world. Simple but powerful. He didn't just teach me Spady, he taught me to embrace my roots. He made me read Spady stories out loud, and if I mispronounced a word, he would hit me with that side eye that could also humble a lion. The man had patience, but only if you were willing to work. No shortcuts, no excuses. And now, looking back, I see wisdom in it. Every late night session, every read it again moment, it all added up. But wait, I'm not done. There's one more person I need to salute, and that's our principal, Mrs. Ramasela. When I say she was like no other, I'm talking next level. You know how principals are usually just seen as ones calling your parents when you are in trouble? Not this one. She was different. She was more like the coach of a soccer team, walking up and down the sidelines, calling out plays and making sure the squad was on point. She called me the future of Mzansi more times I can count. I won't lie. When someone calls you the future, you start to stand a little taller. She was a firm believer in dreams, but she didn't sugarcoat it. She'd say, dream big, but work bigger. That one hit me hard. It's one thing to dream, but it's another to grind for it. There was this one day I was late to school and she caught me at the gate. She pulled me aside and said, leaders don't show up late. They show up early so that they can lead. She didn't yell. She didn't punish me. She just dropped that line and walked away. It stayed with me the whole day. And from that moment, I started showing up early, not just to school, but to life. Now, here's the thing about teachers, family. They don't do it for you to disrespect them. They don't do it for you for the pay. If they did, they'd be working at Capitec Bank or running franchises at Nando's. They do it because they care. They see potential in you that you don't see it in yourself. When they tell you to stay after class, they're not punishing you. They're trying to help you get ahead. When they ask you to redo that essay, they're teaching you that good enough is not enough. When they give you that extra questions for homework, they are building your endurance. You may not see it now, but one day you'll look back and realize they were shaping you for greatness. Now, to every student reading this, I need you to do something for me. I need you to recognize your teachers, not just the ones in the classroom, but every teacher in your life. Your parents, your grandparents, your coaches, and even that girl where the stock fell who tell you to save your money. These people are building you brick by brick. Don't take it for granted. When you see your teacher tomorrow, just say, thank you, sir. It costs nothing, but it means everything. And if you have that one teacher who goes beyond the call of duty, the one who stays late, explains concept 100 times, or wipe the board with their jacket, make sure you give them their flowers while they can still smell them. Don't wait until you have graduated to realize how much they meant to you. Write them a letter to tell them you appreciate them, or just listen when they speak. One day you'll realize that those lessons weren't just about school, they were about life. I dedicate this chapter to all teachers who ever stayed late, taught without a duster, and believed in students even when we didn't believe in ourselves. If you are reading this and you are still in school, do yourself a favor, my friend. Find your Mr. Matsimela, your Mr. Maifadi, your Mrs. Ramasela, and ask them for advice. Stay after class. Be a student who's hungry for more. Your future self will thank you. And to my teachers, this is for you. You turned a scared little kid into someone who walks with confidence. You taught me that life isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. You showed me that the world will never hand you success, but it will always reward hard work. Thank you for believing in me before I believed in myself. And if you need the copy of this book, please hit me up. And it's also available on Amazon as an ebook. I'll leave the link in the description. Thank you.